Hello everyone, and welcome back. Just getting everything packed up. Tomorrow morning before light, it's time for the 2017 winter trip to the tent. Well, it's about 10 to 6 in the morning. Time to start the truck and let it warm up a little bit before we head for the tent. At about 6:30. That'll put me at the lake at right about 10:30. I'm surprised here in the middle of the state we don't have a whole lot of snow. There's more of it down at the house than there is here, and I imagine there'll be more up at the tent than there is here also. Lake Superior. Just filling up with diesel. It's 21 degrees outside, but that wind is cold. I see blue sky up there. I have not seen the sun. It's been about a week, about 7 days, so I hope that I get a peek of sunshine when I'm up here. Most of the road up here is just ice. Alright, well, I made it this far. Just under a mile to go. It's not too bad. It's 20 degrees. It's fairly warm out, but that wind is going to be chilly. Closer. There's the backwoods cabin. There she is, almost there. Looks like somebody else has been in here in snowshoes. Looks like they went around the whole side of the lake and must have come up here. Man, what a long walk. Everything looks pretty good. It's really cold in here though. I see something was into the water bottles, that's it. I don't see anything else yet that's out of place. The batteries are so cold, but if you can see that, it's 22.5 degrees inside. It's chilly in here. Gotta bring some of this over here to get thawed out. That's frozen solid. I gotta get some drinking water over there too. Well, we're up to 24.8. Okay, for food I brought up a couple things of fruit juice, a couple cans of vegetables and a can of fruit, 4 potatoes and an onion. Probably not going to need the onion. I do bring up 1 thing of unfrozen water. This here is a Muscovy duck. I just put it in this bag so it wouldn't leak. And here I've got 2 of the just freshly butchered pork steaks. Take these out and start them thawing out. It'll take hours for that to happen. I brought up 3 hamburgers and some of my homemade bacon I just made about a week ago. I don't know if I'll need that. I did bring up a half a dozen eggs and beer. That does it for food. Well, we're up to 33, about 6 feet up in the air. Oh, it's really starting to feel nice and warm in this side of the tent here anyway. I have my little electric heater going back here in the bedroom. Still pretty chilly, but it's actually not as bad as it was really cold in here, but it's still too cold for the temperature gauge to work. The vegetable oil is probably about half thawed out. Once it gets all the way thawed out, the tent is usually pretty much warm all over. It's really comfortable in here now. I mean, the air temperature says 84 degrees, but everything is starting to warm up. You can see now that the vegetable oil, just the stuff on the bottom, has to thaw out. Even back here, we're up to 65, so that's nice. You can sleep in that. I was just looking at these water jugs. Look at this 5-gallon one here, how far that side flew out. Surprised it doesn't have a crack in it. Well, I'd say it's time to get supper going here. Nothing exciting, just the usual. Couple baked potatoes, couple of pork steaks, and a vegetable. The pork steaks, though, these are ones that these pigs just got butchered 1 week ago yesterday. So these are some fresh, homegrown, home cut up pork steaks. Holy crap! Again, I'm just going to cook 2 of these up. I won't even be able to eat one whole one of these, but I can eat it for lunch tomorrow. And I always haul home, because I'm only going to be here for a couple days. Haul home the rest, heat it up in the microwave. Look at all that nice marbly fat in there. These were just some really, really good, delicious pigs this time. So that's ready. I brought up peas and beans. I just had beans tonight. Looks like my bottles of water here are thawed out. Now that it's the middle of winter, on the right side there I have the pine, the softwood that I burn a lot of it deer hunting because it's still pretty warm out. In the spring when it's you know, starting to warm up and not cold, but now that it's super cold, I'm using all this hardwood over here, and you can just get so much more heat out of it. I'm sitting there waiting for that fire to burn down, and what am I doing? Editing a video. I edited quite a few videos up here for Jones Act Survival and for Northern Seclusion, and then once I get home I upload them. Okay, well there it is, tonight's tent dinner. And for tomorrow lunch, I have a huge one. I won't be able to eat all that. The potato, I wish Max was up here. I got a nice bone right there. I still have some vegetable. Okay everyone, well it's just a couple minutes after 10:30. Just got off of Skype with Melissa. She just went to bed and I'm heading to bed too. We'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, everybody. It's a couple minutes after 7 o'clock here. I've been up for a while just watching it start to get light out.
A chance of flurries through the day. Highs 19 to 23. Northwest wind 5 to 15 miles per hour with gusts to around 25 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy. A chance of flurries through the night. Lows 5 to 9. Northwest wind 5 to 10 miles per hour.
Alright, well, my journal is done for this morning. I just filled up the wood stove. I just got done editing and uploading the 80,000 subscriber thank you video for Joe and Zach Survival. So now I want to get outside. It's just a little bit before 10 here. Put on the snowshoes. I'd like to walk down and check out the ski trail like I always do. Eventually make it over to my folks' cabin or the backwoods cabin and check all that out to make sure everything's okay. Sometime today I might even want to take a truck across the lake over to the other side. So anyway, let's put on the snowshoes and head down the driveway. You can see here a pretty good sized wolf has walked down the driveway. It's been a while, but it's a pretty big feed on him. What a difference from this year to last year. You guys can remember last year when I did this walk, they had that ice storm earlier in the season, and then all that snow and the trees that were just all bent over the driveway. Looks a lot different this year. Looks like we got one tree across the driveway up here though. I'm going to cut through the woods here and see if we can get over by Sarah's deer stand. There's some older deer tracks right there. It'd be a chilly day on the stand today. That wind would about kill you. Definitely could have used some bigger snowshoes than this stuff here. Sometimes you stay on top, other times you fall in. I think we'll go over and check out the back of this cabin. You could tell it was warm last week. That snow was starting to slide down that metal roof. Everything looks like it's in place here. My dad wants me to bring him back a can of stain for the winter workshop projects he's doing, and I think that is the one he wants. He said it has wall stain on the outside of the can. Well, that one is completely stained on the outside, so that's got to be the one. Okay, let's head back to the tent. Nice and toasty in here. Well, my fingers are warmed up. Let's head out, and I want to go across the lake and just see what it looks like over on the other side there before lunchtime. I'll actually end up having a little bit of a later lunch, but I feel like going right now. That sun shining off that snow is so bright. I wish I had some sunglasses on. old campsite here that was maintained, but they don't maintain it anymore. There's still the fire grate right there. It would have been a pretty view sitting there with the lake right down that little hill. I'm pretty sure this is where the outhouse hole was right here. It looks a little colder than the one at the tent. Hard enough that the deer can even walk on top of it. This little bay right here is pretty good for some northerns in the springtime before it gets weedy. It gets pretty weedy back here. I was back here a year or two ago and looks like it's still there. There's a deer trail here that not many of them running through there, but they're still using it even when it's this cold. This far end of the lake here gets a lot of rice, and if you're going to come up here, if you're here on the right weekend or two during duck season and they are in here, you'll get a whole bunch of ducks. That's kind of a pretty little point of land that sticks out too. Everything looks so different in the wintertime. Come here in the summer and all those little pieces of brush there in front of the land is all green, and you're in a boat and it's hard to get up there, so you get a whole different perspective in the wintertime. Let's head back to the tent. Probably a good solid half mile. Save a little time and we'll shortcut over this island. Get these off, go in there and make some lunch. I'm just gonna have the leftover pork steak from last night. Heat up some water for a shower. A few weeks ago, somebody commented somewhere along the line about the tent shower system, and if I could show a close-up on it. And I know I have a video on this, but I have no idea how to find it. I'm much better at tagging in videos so I can find it myself, and I would just have no clue. So I'll just make this super quick. I've had other shower setups. This one here by far has worked better than anything I've ever used. And the one that I had prior to this one, I actually still have, but it only worked for about 1 year. And it's right here. It's I don't know if I can even open this. It's a Zodi. right there. That's upside down, and actually this one worked good for about a year, but then it died out, and I'm sure I could get it repaired, but it just, for me, it did not hold up. It would be good for a camping situation where you're going to go very seldom. It didn't work out for me up here, where like when I'm deer hunting, I might be here for 2 weeks. That one out there, though, does run on 1-pound propane gas cylinders, which, you know, like I said, if you're camping, that works great for me up here. I've always got the regular cook stove, I've got the wood stove, so there's always something that can heat a big pan of water like this. So all that is a travel trailer type water pump, 12 volt, so it runs on a car battery, 2.8 gallons per minute, just pretty simple. There's a thing right there that hooks up. I've got my hose on there, it just goes down. I have it cut about a 1/2 inch shy of the bottom of that pan, and then so whatever pan you put on there, it doesn't hit the bottom and suction to it. On the other side, shower head screwed perfectly into the thing and up to the shower head. I do have a shut off on the shower head, because when you're sitting here with about 3 gallons of water, you're going to want to shut that off when you're taking a shower. You're going to run out of water. And this switch right here, it's an electric switch, but it's just hooked up with the 12 volt batteries on it. That's just my on and off switch, because when you got your eyes closed and you have soap on it, if you can't find the other shut off, you can just click that off. And down here I have the 12 volt battery, because this is right on the wall. It's on the other side of the shower, and it's easy for me to get in here, put a battery charger on it. I have to charge. I just got a new battery. This one, the other one went bad after, I don't know what it was, 4 or 5 years. I don't know how many years it was, but I have to charge it up 2 times a year. Will do it. If I have a charger up here, I'll still throw it on, especially right after the winter time, because this battery, of course, is cold most of the time. So there you have it. It's about as simple as you can get. A pump that pumps the water, a pail that holds it, pump it into the pump it out of the pump, stand below it. It's just starting to get dark out now, and that wind has finally died down, and it's just so silent. All I can hear is my ears ring. It hasn't been like that all weekend because of the wind. Well, I think I'm going to fire this up here. I'm going to cook up a Muscovy duck tonight, so I'm going to do the indirect heat method. So I'm going to put some charcoal over on that right side, and then put some apple on there, and I'll put the duck over here on this side. How long do you think it's going to take before that bunch of snow slides off there? It's just the idea now. I'll keep that fire going all night if I have to. That duck is going to rot on the counter waiting for that to come off, and I don't care. I'll make hamburgers. Finally fell down. I'll probably have to help it out there. It's not going to do much on the grate. So I cheated this time and brought up my remote transmitter meat thermometer, because when you're doing that indirect heat like that, you don't want to keep opening it. So I put that in there. This is going to take a long time. And it's Muscovy duck. You want it done medium, so I want it to be about 160 degrees. And then I'm just going to do a baked potato again because it's easy. And I've been up here for what, basically 2 days, and I've only had 2 dishes. And tomorrow I'm heading home, so keep everything simple. This is what it's like when I come up to the tent in the wintertime. These are the extended life batteries. I've got one in the camera, 2 of them that are ready to be put on the camera. Both of them are charged. And they usually will last from 8, 10, even 12 hours. And inside the tent here they would, but a lot of the filming is done outside, and you're lucky if you can get an hour and a half out of them when it's so cold. I think I'll start picking things up and packing things up here, so in the morning when I get up there won't be all that much to do and I can get on the lake and head for my truck. It's a nice clear sky tonight, and up here there's so little light pollution. I wish you guys could see it all. The Orion is just right above me and to the right. It's really nice. Does that look good or what? Man, smells good too. Ooh, look at that. Perfect. A little bit still red. That's exactly how you want your duck. Well, that's what's for dinner. Muscovy duck, baked potato, and I'm not even going to do a vegetable. I'm just going to have a can of fruit cocktail. Well, everything is pretty much cleaned up in there. Everything I can do for tonight anyway. I have Melissa on Skype, and yeah, just finish out the night here, and tomorrow morning I'll be heading home. Okay everyone, well I just did some final cleaning up, got my teeth brushed, and I am off to bed, heading home in the morning. Well, I've been up for a little while here. It's right now it's about 10 minutes to 7. It's just starting to get light out. It's kind of lightly snowing out right now. It's 10 degrees out. But I'm going to wait until it gets light before I cross the lake. Okay everyone, well I think everything's ready to go. Time to load up the sled and head south. Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you guys on the next video.